Yo, what's up, mi gente? Sabo salam. That's hello to everyone in Urdu, and you guys are listening to Thoughts with ArabianPapi and Toeray.
Yo, what's going on, everybody?
What's going on? Good afternoon, people.
Welcome.
Good afternoon.
Back. Welcome back.
Welcome back. Yo,
Yes,
welcome back
yes,
to
yes.
the 5th episode of Thoughts with ArabianPapi and Toeray.
Mm-hmm.
5th fucking episode. I'm glad we made it to another episode, guys. Thank you guys for being here. The feedback, like I always tell you listeners, man, is amazing. The last episode was a huge episode with our brother Peggy's Gun Zero. And speaking of that, we're gonna make a video, but we decided to add him to the team, man. So if you see those flyers going around and him posting, that's all him. So shout out to him, yo.
Yeah, for real.
Really shout out to him. How you doing today, Toeray?
I'm doing good, man. I'm excited. Episode 5. I was looking forward to this one, man. I'm excited for this one.
Yeah, I'm excited about this episode. We got another guest where we're going to talk about, tarot card reading from a person that does the readings and stuff like that. And by the way, guys, for you guys who don't know, sorry, the IG page is up and running.
Yep.
We told you guys each week we're going to get better and better, and the IG page is up and running. So follow us, YouTube page, subscribe, listen to it, share the shit out of it. Told you guys we're going to get better. I even went and got myself a little mic. You see this little mic? It makes me want to get all close to sex. Like, yo, what's going on?
He's been doing that all week, bro.
Yeah, I got this shit yesterday. I just been in love with this. Yo.
Yeah, man.
Today's going to be a very, very special episode. So we're going to get our guests in here. And for the people that's listening, we're live on Twitch. Okay, we will always be live on Twitch. All right. So please be patient with us while we get a guest in here and she turns on her camera and the whole nine. So we're going to go ahead and move her to this channel.
Yep.
All right, there we go. We got her. So Nathalie, go ahead and mute yourself and put that camera on for us, please.
Okay.
There we go.
Hello.
There it is.
Hey, what's going on, guys? So listen, this is Nathalie. She's a tarot card reader. Is tarot card the correct word to use?
Yeah, a tarot card, oracle reader. Yeah, spiritualist.
That's the thing on IG. So if you want to follow her IG, what is it? The Empress Rising, or is it your personal one?
Rising, because that's my YouTube handle, I guess. But my Instagram name is Khaleesi, like Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
So if you guys want more information after today's episode to know more about that, go ahead and follow. I'm telling you guys,
we'll have the info in the description of the video when it's posted out there. So it's just gonna be out there.
So tell us, Nathalie, how you doing today on this Sunday?
I'm doing pretty good. Wishing I was smoking a hookah.
You should have got that shit ready.
Fingers. I'm like, I should be doing something the whole time. I should have been making a hookah.
Yeah, you should have done that. All right, Nathalie, let's get into this. Can you tell us what is tarot card reading?
So tarot card readers, I'm not sure if anybody here has seen what tarot is. So it's a deck of 72 to 78 cards, depending on the deck that you get. And basically, I use these cards to connect to spirits, spirit guides, ancestors, and I use them to give people guidance in their daily lives or daily struggles or anything that they want any advice on.
So how do you go about picking your deck? Because you said it's a deck of 72 or 78.
I have a bunch of decks. So when I first started reading tarot, because before I even get into tarot, I was born a psychic medium. So I've always been weird. I'm going to say weird because it's not normal for other people. But before I even picked up tarot, I always used to connect with my passed over loved ones. I will always see spirits. So that's how I got into that. So when I started looking into tarot, it was because I kept having premonition dreams. So I kept dreaming things that was going to happen the next day. And then I was like, okay, can I live my life in this like deja vu?
Wow.
Yeah, it was like deja vu every single day. So I was like, this is very annoying. So I don't know.
Really?
I meditated and I heard tarot cards. I had no idea. I had no idea what it was. I Googled a place in Soho by St. Mark's Place. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar. Take my happy little butt to St. Mark's Place, and there they told me that the deck picks you. So lo and behold, people think that you go around, and you pick a deck of cards, but they were the one that pulled your attention.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no really a way of like going to picking one. It's just you see one and you're like, okay, I want that one, and
it's like speaking to you, like when you go looking for it, it's like you see like all glowing and shit, like.
Yeah, because when I went, I really was looking at, because I'm an October baby, so I'm like, yo, let me, which shit, let me keep the ball going. I wanted a Halloween deck, and then I really wanted it, but I kept looking back at another deck, and the whole time I was just, and it's funny because I have the deck right here. This was my first deck, which is funny because it's not a beginner's deck; it's actually an advanced deck because it doesn't have the original. I'm losing my focus here. Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Well, this is the original deck that I had. It's gonna zoom. It's gonna fix itself. And I didn't want this deck. I wanted that deck, and I went on the store 5 times. And right when I was about to pay for it, I was like, "Oh, it's my money," Like, hold on, let me see. There we go. So I was like, "It's my money. I'm gonna get whatever deck I want." When I was checking out and everything, I did not want that deck. I was like, you know what, fuck it, because it was bothering me. I felt it back here, like it was burning. I was like, you know what, you keep pressing me, fuck it, you're gonna be my deck. So I just took it.
That's dope. Wow. That's dope. So, at what age did you start that? Like, at what age did you feel like it was speaking to you that you needed to do this? At what age was that?
25 years old.
Wow.
Wow, really?
Okay.
Yeah, it was recent. Yeah, I was pregnant with my first son. And it was just, again, I kept having these dreams. So I was just like, let me just go ahead and get them. And it's funny because every other gift that I had, before I picked up the tarot cards, everything kind of went down a little bit. And then it's like all my focus went into tarot. And ever since then, it's just like I do have my premonition dreams. I still see, like, I still connected, like, my dead loved ones. And even so, of people that come to me, like, for example, Kevin, if you were to come to me, I will connect to your dead loved ones, and then we'll speak from there. So I still have these gifts, but it's all centered on tarot. So I'm not bombarded.
So like the tarot, does it are you, so like it helps you, I guess, focus in? It helps because you're saying you were having the premonition dream. So when you went to and started using like the tarot cards, that's what helped you, or helped with those dreams and helped you kind of like focus in on all of it.
Down because it's fortune telling. So it's just like whatever my dreams were trying to tell me, I was now getting these things through tarot. So it was like this is what we call our higher selves, right? Like if you were to look into any spirituality, even Buddhism, it's like our higher selves. This is the part of me that was trying to connect to my 3D self.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was like my higher self needed to get these messages across, but I was asleep. Like, I wasn't really spiritual. I had these gifts, but I was scared of them. I was raised Orthodox Catholic, so me having these premonitions, me seeing these things to my family, it wasn't normal. Like especially my mom's side, because my dad's side, they dabbled in that stuff in Dominican Republic. Like my grandparents were exorcists for the Catholic Church back in our community.
That's
we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. If you got some stories about that, I'm interested like that.
I wasn't born yet, but my dad tells me stories all the time. Like we'll watch scary movies, and then my dad would have nightmares, and then the next day he'll tell me like, I experienced things like this growing up, so this is like PTSD for me. So many stories. Yeah.
So talking about that, where they were trying to like talk to you, did you try to ignore it?
Oh yeah. So my gifts, because not everybody is born like me. So it's like when people hit you up like, oh, I'm a tarot reader, I was called upon like to give you a message. That's total bullshit.
Really?
Total, yeah. What was your question again? Because I was gonna go somewhere else and I got derailed. I have ADD, guys. Getting used to
No, it was just basically if you was trying to ignore it, and like, what was the repercussions of you trying to ignore it at the start?
That's a good question. Nobody ever asked me that. So I did try to ignore it. The first time that I was trying to ignore it since I was 12. So, like I was trying to say, yeah, not everybody could do what I do. Like, for example, my family were very strong in that, but I am the only person in my generation that has a strong connection to the spiritual realm. And before me, it was my uncle. Before that was my grandmother. So every family gets one generation gets one. I was trying to ignore it because it was scary. My gifts all hit me when I was 12.
Okay.
And it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun seeing what I was seeing. I was running from it. Even when I started tarot, I was scared of it. So I did it for a year, and it was too accurate for me. Like everything I was saying was coming out, and then I was just like, it was coming out to be true, and it was like one of those like I was like, oh shit, you know?
I'll be fucking scared of that shit
Yeah,
too.
for
Man.
real.
Like, nah, I can't tell nobody about this. They about to send me to the loony bin.
Yeah,
Oh, hell no.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Shit, it's true because it's so not normal that I have people to this day that they think I'm crazy, but they always come around though. So I never try to explain myself or defend my image. I'm just gonna be like, listen, I thought I was insane too. Like we're both in the same boat, you know.
Right.
That's
But I
funny,
just so
yeah.
happen to be so weird.
Yeah, I was gonna ask that too. I was gonna ask like, how was it? Because like, it's not easy. Like, go around telling like to somebody ask you like, this is what I'm a psychic. You know, I do this is like, I'm connected to the spirit realm. Not everybody's gonna take that. Not everybody's gonna hear that and just just be like, okay. And I was gonna ask like, how did you deal with people when they reacted negatively to that when you would tell them that? Like, did you have any issues, like, when you started really focusing on it, as far as telling your loved ones and stuff?
It was to be honest, I just came into terms with all of this. Sorry about my camera again.
No, you're fine. You're
You're
fine.
good. Don't worry about it. You're good.
So I just came into terms 2 years ago with not really caring what people thought.
That's
To
good.
me, it was very, very hard because there are repercussions to you not
Yeah.
listening to your call because it's like in spirituality, before you come here you sign a contract, you meet the people that you're going to meet, you have a life purpose, and then everything just falls into place, right? So me being who I am, basically in spirituality terms, I signed this contract with God, right?
Yeah.
So it's just like once you sign a contract, God, once you're down here, God is like, what do you mean? And you're like, you signed up for this. What do you mean that you can't? So it's one of those things that you can ignore it, but God is gonna make things happen in your life to put you on your purpose. So what the whole thing with me was, since I wasn't following my calling, I wasn't following my intuition. I wasn't following my intuition. I ended up with the wrong people, the wrong crowds. It was just like it was all around my life in like whole was becoming, how can I say, it wasn't bad, but it was just like being around people that I shouldn't be around. I was attracting their karma, their toxic energy. So my life itself wasn't where it was supposed to be because I wasn't following my calling.
Of course, yeah.
It's so complex. But God really will whoop your ass if you don't listen to him. Happened to me.
So that's an interesting question. So you could be into that tarot card stuff and doing stuff like that and still be religious?
Yes, you know what it is because
Oh, wow. Yeah, I was thinking that.
spirituality is more freeing than man-based religion is, right? Because man-based religion is restrictive. They're the ones that, oh, you can't dabble in this, you can't do that. That's what the moment that you go against what they believe in, it's automatically of the devil. So it's just like,
Right.
yeah, you can be. I still practice my Catholic my Catholic rites. You know, I don't you know how they do the wafer, like I don't do that out of respect because but I still, you know, the way I pray is still my Catholic faith. I'm still devoted to my saints, you know. I baptize my children. I'm in a sense I still uphold my Catholic image. I also, you know, do my spiritual stuff.
Yeah, of course,
Yeah.
yeah. It's your own relationship with God and all of that. Yeah, I get that.
For my super Catholic mother, because she doesn't get it. And I'm like, Mom, the same way you feel connected when you go to church to God, that's how I feel connected with him when I meditate, when I get to my tarot and everything. Like, especially with tarot, anybody could do tarot. I just feel like not everybody should be reading other people's tarot cards. That's another story.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking of that, right? Where did the origin of tarot card reading come from? Because, like you said, like some people involve that with like witchcraft and Satanism, stuff like that. So, to clear things up, where did that origin come from of tarot card reading? When?
So tarot comes from Renaissance France. It came out as a game, but then the gypsies found another way of using it,
Okay.
and it was because tarot is like a ghetto Ouija board.
Oh shit!
It's
Okay.
the same, but it would tell you like, yo, your baby daddy cousin, whatever. Like, you gotta watch out for that one.
That's funny.
Yeah. Oh, you got me back, hey.
So you did I think you did take a break from it, didn't you? Didn't you take like a little break of reading?
Yeah.
Why was that?
Because I was pregnant. And when I first started getting into tarot, I knew how to, because it's spirit. I'm dabbling into spirituality. So for example, if I tap into your energy and somebody did work on you, spiritual work, or they're wishing negative energy on you, or you yourself are just negative, you're very envious, you're very low vibrational, like you look at other people as to why them, not me. If I tap into your energy, because I'm a healer as well, empath, medium healer. So and it's funny because if you were to have a reading with me, it sounds so many titles and so crazy. But only people that have experienced a reading with me will know that how I'm a healer. Like we will spend a whole hour talking. You will come to me depressed. You will leave, feeling like, okay, I got the clarity I needed. I feel way better. And people always hit me up like, oh my God, I feel so much better. The downfall of that is that I feel all the bullshit you felt before you came to my meeting. I absorb
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so there's times when I do readings and I have to take a break for 2 days because the depression is so heavy that I cannot handle it. Like I can't handle it. I can't handle. I don't like dabbling into other people's energies when I absorb somebody that's depressed. Yeah, so that's why I stopped. I was pregnant.
Okay. So speaking of that, have you doing readings? Have that ever, besides the depression, caused you any physical harm? Besides emotional harm? Yeah.
Yeah. There was a person, he was like my personal project when I first started with tarot, because it was like I knew my gifts. I didn't know how far I was gonna I was gonna pour myself into my services. So I knew that I wanted to do tarot, but I didn't know if I wanted to do the actual healing, spiritual healing. So this person, I took his issues up to, like, let me see how far I can take this spirituality shit. He had an issue where people were doing a lot of voodoo on him, like Haitian voodoo. So I was trying to heal him, and this is actually right before I stopped reading. That whole time was because I found out I was pregnant and I dealt with that. So I was dealing with his stuff, and then I saw that they were doing like black magic on him. It was like death rituals and stuff like that, which is what people do in the new moon. The new moon is the black moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
So somebody like buried his belongings with a dead person. And
wow.
Yeah, so when I started dabbling into his issues, I started getting hives everywhere. And the doctors couldn't tell me where it was coming from. And I can send you pictures, Kevin, afterwards. It's crazy. Like even I have receipts for everything because it's so easy for people to deem me crazy. And it's like, no, I'm really going through the shit. Like this really happens. I got hives everywhere. My face got blown up. It was bad to the point that I don't know if you can tell, but I have like black dots in my body that's left over from.
Wow,
that is insane.
Yeah.
Never again. I'm gonna say healing, not for me.
Oh, that's crazy. So you have become in contact with like bad spirits. Like have like any bad spirits physically or in your mind told you stop what you're doing?
All the time. And it's funny because when you are in this line of work, you meet other people that in this line of work, so it leaves for more room for people to try to attack you. And yeah, when I was a teenager, I got really bad voodoo done on me by my ex's family, to the point that everybody in my house felt it, everybody, and it poured over to 6 years later with my boyfriend now. He would see the spirit like trying to fuck with me. He's like, yo, what was that? And I'll be like, oh, that's a fulanito. Like,
I would have been like, bueno, mi amiga. And, you know, it was fun while it lasted, pero, yo.
He really loves me because he has to deal with that shit. Like, and he has
that's
dealt
love
with
right
things
there.
like he has seen things. You know, like my boyfriend was a skeptic. He didn't believe none of this shit. Like when I got tarot, he was like, "Oh, sure, whatever. I don't know." And then like now he just be telling me, he's like, "Yo, I saw some shit in the corner over there. You better handle that."
You better go talk to homie over there. Homie over there is telling right now. I don't know what he want, but you better go figure out what he want. That's nuts.
Because he plays Fortnite, that's why we have Discord and all of this. And he was saying how one day he was playing 3 o'clock in the morning and he saw some shit and he got spooked. He's like, "Oh shit!" And he was like, "Oh wait, but my girlfriend's a witch. I'm okay." And he just kept pursuing.
He's like, I got my protection. My girlfriend's a bull. You better not fuck with me. I'll get her on you. Don't fuck with me.
I'm not trying in front of him. He's 6 feet. I'm 4 feet. Like, yeah.
So experience and all that. What makes you keep going and doing this?
It's my life calling. I love it. I love it so much, especially because I've always been that type of person that when people how can I say it? Like when they don't believe who I am, and then it's just like it's a challenge. Okay, just hold on. Let me just show you, right? That I'm not bullshitting you. So I don't know. I just love it. I love the shock factor. I love everything about it. It's just beautiful to me. It's scary, but it's beautiful.
Yeah, I bet it like just changes your whole look on life. Like I can't imagine like I don't even like you. It's like you're like speechless to even. You don't even have words for it because like I don't. If I were to see, I've never seen spirit or anything, but if I were to, my whole view on life would change completely.
It does change. Like for example, like when I meet people, I'm like, "Oh, are you scared of death?" No. Why not? Because I've seen proof that this is
Yeah,
right
it's not
now.
the end.
Yeah, no, the mistake that we make is that we swear that we are physical beings that can have a spiritual experience. No, we're literally spiritual beings having a human experience. We're just here to learn lessons, which is how not to be selfish, you know, how to love one another, how to do the things that we love without stepping on one another, and how to like, you know, share what we know, you know, to wake up the masses and just, you know, kumbaya, everybody be fucking happy holding hands. That's what we're here for. Like,
wow.
So I love what I do. It's scary, but you know, it's unique.
Yeah.
No, yeah. That's crazy. That's pretty amazing. And does your tarot card reading always involve with zodiac sign?
No. So being a this funny because when you have your horoscopes, like when you go into like let's say like the New York Post, right? Let's say, and you go to the horoscope section, those are drawn by tarot. It's not someone by like a telescope, like, oh, you know, like let me look at the stars. That's what they say. No, they're reading tarot, but they don't have to go hand in hand. Astrology and tarot they're two separate entities. But once you mix them together, it gets you a better understanding of the message that you're receiving or what they're trying to tell you. For example, right? If I don't know your personal life from a hole in the wall, but I'm receiving the energies, so I could be like, okay, there's a Scorpio in your life that's doing shit, and you're gonna be like, who's a Scorpio? I'm gonna be like, whose birthday's in November? And you're gonna know if somebody's fucking with you and their birthday's in November, I'm gonna pinpoint exactly who that person is. So it just makes it easier to snitch on people like to read the energy.
Okay. Just in case anybody out there don't know, the best zodiac sign out there is Leos. Shout out to all the Leos. But yeah,
to say, you know, we call Leo in the tarot world.
Tell me who we call Leos.
Yeah, we can tell. Leos are amazing. Don't get me wrong, but we call them lion-ass Leos.
Wow, now it is.
Leo men are amazing. Leo women are struggle a little bit there just to form friendships. That's it, but that's me as a person.
What is one of the best readings you like doing readings of? What zodiac sign do you enjoy doing readings for?
Probably Cancer.
So I love Cancer readings so much because Cancer is so emotional, you're so nurturing. So it's just like y'all want to kill somebody, but it's just like I love you.
Yo, Tom, you're Cancer?
Yeah, and I'm super emotional. I am very emotional.
Very outspoken. He's very outspoken. He cares, but he's like very outspoken.
See his chart. Because the whole thing is, okay, so that we're more than just our sun sign, which a lot of people don't know. And it's funny because I got people trying to ridicule me, like, "Oh, you're gonna tell me that all Leos are the same?" No, not all Leos are not the same. I have to look at that beautiful ass birth chart, and I need to see what your moon sign is, which is like that parts of you, that dark side that you keep hidden. I need to see your moon sign. I need to see your rising sign, which is the face, the front that you put on to
I didn't
everybody.
even
And
know
I
it
need to see
was.
your Venus, how you love. We have 12 placements. Like,
I thought it was
Wow, look at
just.
us.
I didn't even know it was that complex.
Yo, the shit is deeper than what we think.
Yeah, it's
It is
way
deeper
deeper.
than-
but this is useless
Oh,
information,
yeah.
but it isn't though, right? Because it's like it digests you in such a freaking way that you understand what your toxic traits are, so you could be like, okay, I gotta fix that shit. Like that's how I went through my. I'm still growing, I'm still evolving, but it helped me like build myself better once I understood why I was acting the way I was acting in certain situations. And it's like you catch yourself and you be like, oh, that's that Leo shit in my chart. I gotta do that in the bed.
I feel that. What can you say about Libras? The reason why I asked Libra because you're a Libra, and
Yeah.
basically me and my cousins were all dating Libras. Like all our girlfriends are Libras. It's like
Ugh.
8 Libras in our family. No bullshit. Just off our cousins, we're all dating Libras. We don't know why we.
Is your wife a Libra?
Yeah, she's a Libra.
Nice, nice.
She's a Libra.
So with Libras, we're kind of tough because Libras are the only inanimate object in the zodiac. Everything else is a beating heart. Libra is just a sword and a scale. So
Okay.
the whole thing is that Libras try to make everything logical. We try to make even our feelings. So it's just like since we tend to make sense from about everything, it's just that we tend to seem disconnected emotionally. So we're one of those signs that you will date us for years and then we'll break up and you'll think like, oh, did this person really love me? Like, what's going on? But it's just that we make things logical. We don't really dwell on things like that. We're very complex, especially like for example, Leo and Cancer with a Libra. It's really good signs compatible wise, but when it comes to arguments, it's a totally different
Oh
ballpark.
hell yeah, I could speak that for first hand.
Yeah.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Even
So-
when we don't win, sorry.
So when it comes to tarot card reading, can anyone be a tarot card reader? Because tell you the truth, I've never met a male tarot card reader. Like I'm not familiar with a male tarot card reader.
A couple.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of them follows me. Me and him were talking because it's funny because he had reached out to me too. He asked me the same questions. He was like, because he's a Libra. He was like, as a Libra woman, would you date a Libra man? I was like, hell no. No. But yeah, anybody could read tarot. Because honestly speaking, it's remembering the meanings. It's 78 million meanings. It's a lot of meanings, I mean, interpretations because they come all flipped, they come all sideways. Everything means something, the way it falls. So if you could take the time and memorize these like interpretations, hell yeah, you can read tarot. Anybody can. I just read it intuitively because that's just who I am. The message just comes out. What I firmly believe is that you can read tarot for yourself as a tool to evolve, as a tool to grow. But if you haven't done the work internally, like to evolve yourself and go through that death of the ego that we all hold on to it, I feel like not everybody should read tarot for other people because then you'll be leading other people blindly or, in the wrong direction. So
Okay,
you
so
can read tarot for yourself.
when somebody's trying to get a reading from a tarot card reader, how can you know the difference between a real and a fake?
From
You
a
would
real
say.
tarot reader to a
To a
fake one.
fake, yeah, to one that's just bullshit, maybe trying to make this as a money gimmick or something like that.
So for the first one that I could say the easiest is when they hit you up. I know we all have gotten that, like, hey, I'm a spiritualist, blah blah blah. My name is yada yada yada. I don't know if you guys have gotten that because I know it's very monotonized. Like it's very monotone. Like I know they know who to hit up, but if they hit you up, no reader will ever come out their way to read to you. No reader. That already is a red flag. Anybody coming up to you to read your no red flag. And also honestly speaking, it's just their energy. Like people like me, we don't do what we do for money. We do it because it's our calling, because we love it. So when somebody's making a big emphasis on like money or like low vibrational shit, like oh someone's doing voodoo on you or someone's doing you have that's all bullshit. Not everybody has voodoo on you. Not everybody's high priestess. Like it's all using discernment, right? You have to see who this person is and what their goal is. It's
Okay.
hard. It's hard.
That's kind of true. So now I know somebody try to hit me up after this episode.
Yeah,
Like, yo, chill,
facts.
chill. Don't know.
Yeah.
Like at least
Yeah, good. So how do you go about choosing who to read? You know what I'm saying? I think you posted one time, was like, oh, I know you
Yeah.
guys asked me to read your readings, but you know, sometimes I can't because the spirits are telling me not to read your readings, or you know, the energy.
it sometimes, like, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. This is a girl she's been trying to book me for a year and a half. She's a beautiful girl, like, and you know, I appreciate the woman physique, you know. So I'm like, oh shit, like you want to read it? And then I'm here trying to do her reading, and I have my I like to do my readings through Instagram, because you're already there, you're hitting me up. But she really wanted me to work through Zoom, so I was already feeling iffy about it. I was like, okay, whatever, it's no big deal. Let me change my platform. Let me go through Zoom. Nothing was working with her, nothing. So that was a sign. Like no matter what I was doing, and you saw how quickly my boyfriend fixed any problem we were having earlier.
Yeah.
He couldn't even fix it. So I was like, okay, this is a sign. And then, like, those are strong signs, like when it's just not working out. There's times I have scheduled appointments, and it's like when it's their scheduled time, they can make it or I can make it, and it's just like things happening. That's a sign I'm not gonna take you anymore. Sometimes it's just I open up the message and no, and I'm like, oh, okay, oh shit, and I'm like, okay, not that one either. So it's really just is the energy, right? It all depends. Once I try to hook up to you, or if I just open your message, it's something inside of me. It's like my chest, and I'm just like, this is not it. This is not it. No, I could have made a lot of money if it wasn't for that.
Well, it's a good thing. Like you said, you do this because you love doing this.
Yeah.
You do it for the money. So
Yeah, I don't
know,
do it for the money. I would have been way richer. I would have been known already, like, because I was doing
Yeah.
tarot before all these people were doing tarot. Or they were known. I'm not saying before, but like La Bruja Barbie and all these people that are extremely famous now. I was doing tarot before these people were even famous. So if it was really about money, if it was really about chasing the clout, I would have been there. But to me, it isn't about that. To me, it's generally helping people that actually need it. That's all I want to do. That deserve it, actually. That deserve it. Some people don't deserve the information because they might do anything else with it, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You got a question for Toeray?
No, not right. You actually you hit it there when you asked about like anybody that you, is there ever a point where you like you just don't do a reading? You hit that when I was just about to ask that question.
Oh yeah. Some people are just not it.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know. I think it's just what they do for, I don't know, like how they carry this was, again, like, you know, if they're envious and stuff like that, those are really bad energies.
So speaking of growing up Catholic and doing tarot card reading, how did your family take it?
My grandmother, the one that was into that was a, you know, the exorcist. It was her and my grandfather though. She was okay with it because she used to do coffee, like the tea leaves when she was younger. She just told me exactly what I was going through. She was like, don't read for everybody, you know, like you need to be careful. These things do attach to you, blah, blah, blah. But the other side of the family, you know, it hasn't been as easy. My mom was getting bombarded with calls, you know, telling her that, oh, do you know your daughter's a witch and shit like this.
Wow.
It was very dramatic, very dramatic. I had to hide my cards.
How did you feel about that when they calling you a witch and stuff like that?
You know what it is? The word witch doesn't really insult me that way, because in a way that's what I am. You know, like you're a witch whenever you carry a certain type of image that people don't really understand, or it's too much, it's too powerful. Any powerful woman in the past was called the witch and hung. You know, like just for being smart. So you know, it's just like that word it doesn't really insult me or anyway, but it does when I know that they're using it in a disrespectful way. You know, like and then it just hurts because I look at the Catholic religion and I see how much hate it spreads. Not hating on the Catholic religion, again, I do still follow my rights, you know, but I see the hate that it spreads, and then I see the love that spirituality spreads, and it's all about, you know, forgiving and moving on and sunshine, flowers, and daisies. And I see how my Catholic family talks so bad about it, and it's just like, only if you knew, like your religion is the one spreading the hate, and that's what bothers me. Like it breaks my heart. I don't get offended, I don't get angry. It's just heartbreaking, because if they knew better, they would have do better.
And you know, speaking of the topic of religion, it's crazy because it's like that. Because I grew up Seventh-day Adventist, and and I fell out being Seventh-day Adventist because it's just like how hypocritical they can get.
Yes,
And it's
yes.
like, yo, you're supposed to be spreading love, but
Mhm.
when somebody has a different opinion or a different way, you guys get so hypocritical when you guys choosing not to help them or talk back to them to the point that they don't want to come back.
Yeah, automatically you're saying spawn, and it's just like, and mind you never done anything evil in your life. You've been nice. You've been, watching out, not trying to hurt other people while doing you. And all of a sudden, you have one idea that goes against what they're going through, and that's it. Like, like you need to get freaking burned on the stake. Like they're going to
Yeah.
Because everybody, because when the word witch comes up, everybody thinks that's like
she's an automatically negative connotation to it, and it's like
straight to the jump, like, oh my god, don't talk to her, she's a witch. Like, okay, but doesn't mean she's gonna do something to me. That's just her gifts and her powers.
Like somebody recently, they did some cold shit to me, like some cold-hearted shit, and I had a conversation with the person because I'm like that, like I don't. I was like, okay, let's have a conversation before I cut you off forever. And I was like, oh, I thought everything. You're gonna do something to me. I'm like, I'm not. He's like, because you're a witch. I'm like, no, I'm not doing no witchcraft on you, bro.
Hey, bro, relax.
Yeah, man. And it's like people forgot, man. Like there's good, like it's people forgot because like not even in like movies and TV shows, man. Witches, not all witches have bad. I've seen more positive like connotations to witches than negative, and it's weird that happens.
You know what it is, especially with me. I've seen this like even with like, let's say, even men that were like interested in me. They're scared of the unknown. It's just like, okay, like you do that, I have no idea how the hell that works. So I'm gonna run away from you. I'm gonna push you away because I have no idea what it is that you know.
Yeah.
Instead of investigating, and I always tell people this: Google it. Thing, like if you use it correctly, you learn a lot of shit on it. You learn a lot.
And and that's what I said earlier. We was having a conversation Discord earlier today, and I was like, people tend to research to prove their point right. Like you didn't do no research. You just brought up reasons why you're right. Do the research and see how can your opposite opinion be right. That's actually doing research when you can see somebody else's point.
Bringing up my point, like I connect with the four horsemen. That's who give me my power. The four horsemen. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
Nah, go ahead. Tell our listeners who the four horsemen are.
The four major archangels: Archangel Raphael, Michael,
okay,
Azrael. Which I seen Azrael twice in person, like a visual, not the way that you think, like me right there. No, I've seen like. Say it, glimpses, like it's crazy. But I do connect to those. But for my line of work, I was like, okay, I need to know who the angels are. I need to know how these things work. So I got into theology a lot. So then when I researched all of my information that I needed when it came to these angels, you know what I did? I went to a satanic website and I was like, okay, let me see what they have to say about these angels. And I read everything that I had come up with from the websites that I thought were like they were feeding what I wanted to say. I went to the opposite. And it was like this demonology, Wikipedia thing. And they legit had the same information I had. And I was like, okay, now I got the correct information. Because I'm not afraid to go the op and see what they have to say. That's how you understand, what's really going on. You put two and two together and then you come up with your own conclusion. But people, as like Kevin said, they go and they look for what they want to find.
Yeah.
And that's not.
Yeah, you go and look up whatever agrees with you and you just go find that. Yep, that's what I'm going with because this one agrees with me. I don't care what website or I don't care what it says.
And that's crazy about knowing the four horsemen about being the archangels. I honestly thought the four horsemen was like what is it, like the disease? What was it then? Oh man, I'm trying to figure out, but they were like bad.
Oh, like the plague type stuff
and plagues and stuff like that, right?
Me too, but that was still supernatural.
Right, I think I got that from Supernatural.
That's where you got that from Supernatural for sure, because they had the rings on Supernatural.
A lot of like these shows like Supernatural, Charmed, even though they're sitcoms and you watch them on TV, they actually say a lot of shit that's actually accurate with like spirituality. Like Sabrina the Teenage Witch, not the comedy, but the one now on Netflix.
The Netflix one.
I haven't watched it personally, but I have seen people in my field saying how they actually put actual demons on there, like the actual names of demons.
That show is. They get deep in it too. They get deep in that
And is there a personal reason why you never seen that show? Because that show was fucking great to me personally. That show was amazing.
I was watching it at the time when I didn't think I could defend myself. Now I'm not scared of anything because I learned, it's one of those things you start at beginner and then you go growing. Now I want to watch it. But I'm too into, like my animes and I'm trying to catch up and then I'm gonna get into that. But I wasn't getting into it because of that, of their realism, of them. I feel like it's a dangerous game when you put actual demon names, actual like spells and stuff like that, like because people really do this. So it's like there's like TikTok, for example. If you scroll TikTok, you're gonna end up in TikTok's weird side, like with like candles and people doing like witchcraft and stuff. So I didn't want to have these demons' names in my head and then call up on the energy and not knowing what to do with it. Because that's what it does. And that's what I don't like about what's going on now with streaming services, that they're all glorifying these demons and this satanic rituals and all this stuff, is that these are real rituals that you're showing people. And it's just like, what is the agenda behind this?
Yeah.
But I'm not scared of that because I know how to handle it now.
Got you. And what do you got to say about the skeptics that be like, oh, you guys just do readings or raw and it could just hit anyone? Because I think, Toeray, you said about it, right? You was talking about it earlier today.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't saying it how you just made it sound, but what I was saying is a lot of, I was saying, because I was just Googling around and I was seeing that it said like a lot of the readings that you see, if it resonates, I guess if it resonates, if that's reading resonates with you, then it's your reading. If it doesn't resonate with you, then that's not your reading. It's not for you, is what I was saying. But
you compared that to like the church, right? Like if a church gives a sermon, and
because
and it's not for you, it wasn't meant for you. Then,
because we were having a talk with one of our friends, and he was saying, he said something about, because I was saying like,
go ahead.
I was saying like, he was like, he asked me if would I go get a tarot. I keep saying tarot because that's what I've always been said. And then you said tarot, and my mom told me before, she's like, I think it's tarot, and I was like, I guess we'll see on Sunday. But he was asking would I ever do it, and I was like, yeah, of course I would. I would do a tarot reading. Why not? I was like, because if it's for me, then it's like it's for me. I am religious, but I'm still open minded. I'm not just gonna if the reading came to me, God wanted that reading to come to me. It's plain and simple. I'm not going to ignore it and just, I'm going to take it and go with it,
Yeah, exactly. It was like me. I was doing tarot. I was doing all of these things, but I never officially went to a tarot card reader ever. I was very particular with energy. And it was funny because I was just scrolling through YouTube. Mind you, I've never seen a tarot reading. I've never Googled anything. I did everything on my own. Like I bought the books and everything. I didn't want to get outside influence. And I bumped into this reading and it said, Libra, this person's lying to you. And I was like, oh shit, wait a minute. And shit, you're not. Sorry, I didn't even ask you if I could curse on this. I have a sailor mouth.
Yeah, no, that's
no, you're fine. Yeah, you're good.
This is an 18 plus.
Yeah.
Okay. So shit, you're not, right? It's like that whole reading resonated even to the sign of the person. Everything resonated, and then I just got hooked on watching other readers, like, and I'm just like, and it is true, if it doesn't resonate, don't take it. Some people try to fit the energy in because they're watching the video, but the whole thing is that, for example, I know Kevin, you logged into I do live readings sometimes. The way that it works is anybody watching me, I could pull their energy if they really need guidance. My spirit guides will literally pull the energy, and I will just start talking to that person, and that person, even though I'm not saying their name or anything, that they know, like, oh shit, that's my story, and that's how it goes, and they start listening in. But it's like that. That's why if you catch one of my lives and you see that the story will change a little bit, is because I'm catching other people's energies. Like it's just like a soup of energy all together into one message, and that's why so many people could resonate to one video and not be going through the same thing.
Speaking of your live readings, I've seen you shuffle the cards, and sometimes a card will fall out. When the card falls out, is that like the card wanted to come out so you could read that card?
I only take, because some people do not take fallout cards, and I've never asked them why. I only take out fallout cards. Because I believe that does the card that spirit chose for me. So it's like, okay, I respect it, I'll take it. And that's the only way I read my cards, is the ones that pop out as I'm shuffling. And you see how they pop out. It's crazy.
Yeah, they just pop out. Yeah, that's insane. So let's
I
let's talk.
haven't seen one, like a video of mine.
Let's talk about your support system. How's your support system now with the tarot card reading?
So my mom, we were just talking about it yesterday. She was like, because we're in Lent now for Catholics. I'm not sure if anybody here is. So she was like, we're in Lent, you shouldn't be doing weird stuff. That's what she calls it. And I'm like, Mom, that's not how it works. Ugh. But my support system is not really there. Like my boyfriend 100% supports me. My kids love it. Like the babies, they love it. Kai is always like, I want to do your cards. But when it comes to like my sisters support me as well and my friends. But when it comes to like, family, like my maternal side, hell no, they're all scared of me.
Oh,
My
Wow.
dad's side is like some of them do, but some of them take me as a joke. Like no support.
right. Like I've seen like you posted something like, oh, no one wanted your tarot cards reading now, and now people are going to other people to get tarot card readings, and it's crazy how people don't try to support you, like the famous.
No. I know they're wrong because they, even though they never admitted it, but it's one of those things. Again, tarot helped me evolve so much that doesn't bother me anymore. But at first, it bothered me because it's like you're so quick to support the stranger that has no idea you exist, and except for supporting me when like me and I'm trustworthy.
Mm-hmm.
But it's bridge over the water with that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they say, it's crazy. Like people will go buy a bottle of water for $3 just because you ain't selling for 50 cents. You know what I'm saying? Like they will pay full price because they think that you owe them a discount. Like if you're really my friend, you will support me to the
right.
You pay full price, you know
Exactly. Yeah, and for what it's worth, you gotta the people that are watching right now for like the live, you got support in here right now. You got support from us, like for real.
Yeah.
We love what you're doing. We love it. That's
dope. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a definitely eye opening too. Like I was so excited for this episode.
Yeah, he could have waited. He really could have waited.
Yeah, I kept.
Too. I was like, I can't wait to speak about this because I had a life before this, but it was mostly on like as to why I was pushing to it, like my life issues. But this, like getting into detail about tarot, to me, it's special, and I want to thank you guys a lot because it's like people form opinions on what I do, but they have no idea what I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
this is very special for me.
Just give a little background. Natalie and I know each other from CS61, ICE 190, school days and junior high school days. So that's why I got her on. You know what I'm saying? I was just not gonna get someone random. You know what I'm saying? Like I know her personally.
Yeah, exactly.
And the work that she does, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna get her on this because I know she's not gonna just sit here and bullshit for what. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I got here. But speaking on the topic of support. Speaking of that topic of support, you're part of this women empowerment group, right? Where you guys talk about a bunch of stuff. You guys talk about WAP, not that WAP, fellas, all right? Not that one. What is it? It's wealth, assets, and prosperity, right? Something like that?
Yeah. Wealth, assets, and prosperity. I love you for remembering that.
Of course.
That's awesome of you. Yeah, so it's a women empowerment group, Women About Paper, and it's a networking group. Is mostly like if you see it's us motivating each other, like pushing each other, just putting each other on to game. It's amazing because I see a lot of men do this, but never women. Like it's crazy because you would think men would have crazy competition. Oh my God, women are ruthless. Women are cutthroat. So it's an amazing environment, and it's something that I've manifested into my life because I've always wanted something like that. Like a group of women to like just push each other. Yeah, it's awesome.
That's great.
No, I commend you to do that, especially having a business, especially being a female having a business in this certain day of age is huge. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is big when it comes to males versus females. It's so unequal and so uneven. So having that support and having a group like that,
for sure. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Yeah.
What were you gonna say, Tori? Sorry.
I was just saying. No, you're fine. You're fine. I was just saying nothing can stop it when you got the support and you're all coming together. That's a relentless force.
Yeah, and it's amazing, and it's growing every day. Like it's just great when women just look at each other, as a support system and a competition. Like that's freaking amazing. Like there's days I've been under the weather a little bit, and then I just see these women like, "Good morning," and I'm just like, "Okay, let me get my batteries together." Like like if they can make it happen, I can make it happen. Let's do this. Like it's dope.
Now that's what's up. That's what's up. And hopefully the females from your group is here listening, and hopefully they watch this podcast, and you can tell them like we would love to have you guys here. You guys could talk more about that group.
Yeah, that would be a good one too. For sure.
For you, if you want after this, there's a couple of women that, woof, like they're alpha female. Like it's
let's
just
do it. I love
definitely.
that.
If y'all have a website or anything, you can give us the link. We'll definitely put that in the description as well.
Promote it.
Yeah, we will definitely put that promotion out there for sure.
Yeah, that would be amazing. You know, that would be so dope. And you know, the information that we give is not just for women. You know, the woman is made up. The group is made up of women, but the information is unisex. You know, it's all about how to reach your goals, how to make your business happen. Like there's this two women on there that I watch them all the time, Red Chardonnay and Mama Mandy. They're both chef. One of them is a chef. One of them runs a catering and party planning company. They sit there at least once or twice a week, and they just talk about how they execute their plans, how they make their plans doable for the month. Like, what is it that you want to reach? How can you do this in a month or 3 months and stuff like that? So it's so dope, especially for me because I have ADD and I'm a procrastinator. Like they help me so much get on my game. It's dope.
That's amazing because for the people listening, I said this a bunch of times. This podcast is pretty much we're going to go from episode to episode talking about different topics that I had because touring live, we love having conversations. You know what I'm saying? The whole point of this podcast is like we want to learn how you think and we want you to learn how we think. So we want to talk on controversial topics and we want to talk about things that people don't understand or is misunderstanding. As long as we can have this conversation respectfully.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
nothing's off limits.
We're going to say our points and then we want to hear what your points are saying. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole point of the conversation is we don't want to change your mind.
Exactly.
We want you to see where we're coming from and we want to learn where you're coming from. And spread that knowledge to everyone.
And then we can have an understanding.
Conversation.
Yeah.
So, which is pretty dope because in 2 weeks' time, I'm actually going to have another guest here. She's also an alpha female. She's a feminist. And the topic is going to be double standards and misunderstandings. So we're going to talk about the double standards between male and the female and the misunderstandings we have towards each other. Yeah. So if anyone part of your group wants to chime into that topic, we would love to have them here.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Send me as soon as you send me the link, because we have a group chat. And this group chat is so motivational. I'm going to just plug you guys in there. And I'm pretty sure they'll highly appreciate it. Like seeing things like that. Like we love it, seeing men actually support us. That's actually a super rare sight as well, like, so I appreciate you guys for that. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. I was talking to Kev about that because it was a while ago when we were like talking about starting a podcast and I was like, man, I think it was like after the first episode, I would always see these videos of like, people are talking about all these men are making these podcasts and all they do are just talking shit about women. And I'm like, man, we can't do that. I was like, we have to, when we do this, we have to show like, not all of us are like that, and that's like, don't listen to these dudes. I don't know where these dudes are coming from with all of this, like these things they got to say, like, cause I don't know, man. It's just like, where do you get the thought process? That'd be actually interesting for another episode to talk to one of those guys. Just be like, what, like, where does that come from?
It makes me wonder sometimes when I see men talking about women, like, where do they really stand, like, in their like sexuality, like, because to me it's very embarrassing on their point. Like, I guess secondhand embarrassment when I see men talk down on women to the point that it looks like they're jealous of them, and I'm just like, oh, you need to get that together. Like, what's wrong with you?
Right. So,
but I really, it's a breath of fresh air, honestly, listening to that, because it is true. A lot of these podcasts are just like four men sitting together talking nonsense, like nothing productive. Just we look good talking shit together. Let's get together, record it, post it online. Like,
it's insane.
So I like the conversations you guys are bringing. It's really dope. I was actually shocked when Kevin, like, he reached out. I'm like, of course I'll do it. And I'm like, I know this podcast is different. This podcast is different because for you to hit me up about my tarot work, that's different.
I appreciate that. So talk more about the tarot card reading. What does the future hold? Like, what is your plan with this tarot card reading? What is your goal for this?
So, it's funny that I wasn't planning on telling anybody this, but I might as well. We're already here, right?
Yeah.
I'm actually starting to build a business website. I want to do like an online botanica where I would sell like cards that I deem approval, like if you want
Mm-hmm.
a beginner's card, like I will put them in range of beginner, medium, hard, like in your development in tarot. I want to sell like candles and stuff like that, like zodiac themed candles, like based on your birth chart. So that's what I'm cooking up at the moment. Like I wanna get that started just to have, because I know people wanna learn these things or wanna purchase these things, but they don't trust like
Mhm.
botanicas and stuff like that, and they trust me. So that's my next step, would be building that store up, which is coming pretty soon.
That's
Nice,
amazing. That's good.
nice.
We're gonna definitely look forward to that.
Yeah.
We're gonna spam the shit out of that store so
Yep.
everybody can know what
Yeah,
the
we
hell is
are.
going on. Definitely are.
I actually, I had a question. I remembered. I forgot to write it down, but I remembered when you were talking about the store, about like healing crystals, or just are they just, or do you work with crystals at all? And
Yes, I
are they
actually do.
just healing crystals? Are they all just healing, or is it just energy, just good? It just holds like good energy, or how does that go?
So they're called healing crystals because they're energy stabilizers. And but you also have to
Okay.
believe in this, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
everything that you do, you have to believe in it. The moment
Yeah,
that you
of
don't believe
course.
in it, you're already canceling it out.
Mm-hmm.
So these crystals is the mineral that holds an effect on us, right? So each one of them, it will activate a different type of chakra depending on the color. Because we all have chakra bases in our body,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
So you have the crown chakra, which is the top chakra, your third eye. Then you have your throat, etc. There's crystals that work with all of these chakra points to help you out. A lot of them do different things. There's a bunch of crystals out there. They do work, but again, it all depends on what you believe in. It's like you praying to God, but you don't believe in God. You're just
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just
putting words
talking.
out in
Yeah.
the air.
Yeah, like you're not manifesting
Yeah.
anything, right?
Not exactly. There's no connection. You're not manifesting anything. So yeah, I do work with those as well, which is another thing that I will be selling. Once I start my store, I'm gonna be selling those in there. With like directions and everything, like where you
Nice,
will place
nice.
them.
Nice, nice.
I like that.
So talking about that, how important is it for people to have those crystals in your house or be cleansing your house and stuff like that? Like, how important is that for someone?
Well, with me cleansing my energy in my house is because, like, for example, I'm the oldest of five girls. Our families are huge, so it's just like we're very social. So a lot of people come into our house, and when you invite people to your sanctuary, let's say, energies linger. Haven't you seen,
Mhm.
like, when somebody comes to your house and it's like their energy is off, and then you just feel that, like, they leave, you're like, oh, I still feel them in my house,
Mm-hmm.
like.
Mm.
So this is why it's so important to cleanse your house. Not with crystals is a bit different because crystals are personal. Like they're for your own. Like you can have the big clusters to cleanse your house. I will, like, for example, I will put clear quartz crystals on every window, and it will like take out all the bad energy out. But it's essential just to keep people's energy out, especially if you have a lot of people in your house constantly. Like you don't want people's bad juju to linger
Mm-hmm.
around when you rest your head.
So how often do you cleanse your house? How often is the common practice then?
So it is according to, because I don't follow. The thing with spirituality and how you do things is all you. Everybody does things different. It's all about your comfort, right? How you feel good about it. Some people cleanse their house every Sunday, which is what I would do. Mine's is Saturdays, right? I would cleanse my house, just sweeping, like doing your thing. Like it's just mopping the simple act of you sweeping and mopping your house from front to back. You're already cleansing the energy out of your house. So it all depends on how you feel. Some people do it weekly, some people do it monthly. I do it weekly because my house is always a lot of people in here.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha, got it. Not to backtrack a little bit, when you're talking about your son Kai, how he wants to play with the cars, is that something you're planning to pass down to him or letting him learn?
I if they want to learn, I want to teach them. That's their birthright. I really think it'll be dope. Especially since tarot is used as a way to dig deep into yourself and heal these things that are not out in the world. So I want to teach my son how to elevate his energy and his emotions and his spirituality through tarot. If that's what he wants, no
Mm-hmm.
forcing.
Right. Amazing. I like that. I like that. Amazing. All right. That's good. That's pretty much. I like the topic and I like what you've been saying. For our listeners out there and for anyone that's probably new to tarot reading, what kind of advice would you give them?
to like start their own YouTube.
No, I'm just saying, like anyone that wants to do it or is new to it or is scared to do it, what kind of advice would you have for them?
I mean, just do you, live for your own happiness, don't live for others. Don't live to make other people happy because at the end of the day, everybody's just doing them. Like don't think about what people think about you. I promise you, a lot of people don't care. Like a lot of people are just stuck in what they got going on. And consistency, honestly, like it's staying consistent. That's the only way you make it anywhere. Not care what people say and stay consistent. That's it.
Yeah.
Put your head down, mind your business, do your work.
Facts. That's it. Facts. That's facts. Now let's get back to the topic where you were talking about the exorcism. What kind of stories did the church? Let's dabble with that a little bit.
So my grandparents, they were huge part of the Catholic Church back in. I'm from San Francisco de Macorís in DR. So they were part of the church that ran like that whole little pueblo. And they were the exorcists of that church. So whenever alguien se montaba, I don't know if you know, like the Spanish term montaba is when somebody will get possessed or they'll get a demon on them or entity. They will be called to these people and they will pray over them. And there were stories that my dad would tell me that he would say that at night, like they will do these rituals, and at night you will hear like, because in DR, I don't know if people are familiar to Caribbean homes, right? That the roof is metal. The roof is metal, and then you have like the cinder block walls. So they will hear like people like walking on their ceilings, jumping on the ceilings. Like they will see people running through their household. Like after they will do these readings, the spirit will go to the house, and then they will like slam open all the doors. It was like shit out of a nightmare. Like it was, yeah. Yeah.
Right.
If anything, I was thinking about doing a live with my father just so he could talk a little bit about it, but I didn't know how that would go.
Oh, nah, you should.
For sure.
I would love.
I
for you guys
tune
to be
into
on that.
every
facts. Even if we do it on the air, I would love to hear stories of that.
My father's a scriptwriter. He's into theater. Like he works for the Dominican embassy here in Manhattan, and they do they do like book fairs and like plays for the community.
Wow!
Yeah, and he wrote a lot of stories.
Okay, so listen, what we're gonna if you don't mind, what we're gonna need to do is get in contact with your father because Toby here is an aspiring actor / model. So that's his goal. That's what he's trying to be. He actually has an agent and everything. So maybe we can set something up.
Yeah, I talked to my father when he comes home today because they went out to Poughkeepsie. I think that's how you say it. When they come back, I'll talk to him. Yeah, definitely. Like my dad is into all of this, and he wrote stories about all of these encounters.
Oh, that's amazing! I'm interested as fuck right now.
Yeah, for real.
You got me on the edge of the seat, like, oh hell yeah! So
right,
you know what's crazy? I had an experience like that. Like my mom told me one time, like when I was DR and I was a little kid, I was sick. I was sick a lot. And I was in a hospital, and the doctors really couldn't figure out why I was sick. So it was like, yo, we're just going to bring a priest in and say a prayer over Kevin and stuff like that. And then they said a prayer, and then all of a sudden, out of the hospital, under the crib, a duck just came out waddling out.
A duck?
A duck out of nowhere just came out waddling out, walked out the room. And all of a sudden, I just like think it got better from there. I was like, yo, what
they
was
probably
that?
use duck blood to do the ritual.
Yo,
so it's crazy. Like little things have its meanings. Like that's crazy.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
I'm story like that too, but not really like that. Like it was when my mom was pregnant of me. It's not really scary. I think it's dope. Which I never told anybody this, so me saying it on live is crazy. But because people are gonna be like, what the fuck? When my mom was pregnant of me, this happened in many instances. But the first time that it was in front of anybody, my mom's friend had tried to commit suicide. And she was with his mom and she kept crying, and then I started crying as a fetus in her belly. That's when my mom knew I was gonna be an empath. Like, and it happened multiple times that my mom will cry and then they will hear a baby crying. Mind you, the youngest child in my family before I was born was 6. Wow. So it was like there's no way there was a baby crying anywhere. So every time my mom will cry, they will always hear a baby crying, and it will be coming from her belly, and it was always me. I was always crying. Which is crazy how we both experienced weird crap when we were little.
That's insane. That's nuts. Okay, so Nathalie, let's get a little bit more about you. So you were saying you haven't watched the Sabrina show because you're still catching on with the anime. What anime are you currently watching?
I'm watching Demon Slayer.
Yeah, fire.
I'm catching up now to Attack on Titan because I kind of slipped it off a little bit. Mm-hmm. I was watching Tokyo Revengers. I just finished that not too long ago. Oh my god! If you haven't watched it, watch it.
I had my eye on it. I haven't started that yet, but I definitely had my eye on that.
It's because I'm still do not judge me. I am still in the Great Ninja Wars. I blame my boyfriend for it. For Naruto, so it was like Naruto got on pause, Demon Slayer got on pause. Everything I was watching just automatically paused, and I had to finish Tokyo Revengers. It's so stinking good.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
that.
You
Yeah,
paused Demon Slayer for that one? I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, especially if you grew up in the hood, it's like you resonate with it because it's kids growing up in the hood. Even though it's in Japan, you can still see that poverty. It's still kind of somehow translated the same, you know. The poverty kids, they really don't get no respect. They get the shitty education. They get the shitty treatment. You could resonate with it so much. It's just so good. It's just good.
All right, so tell me, who's your favorite anime character?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Dang. You really got me there because I'm so indecisive. You really did got me there. I'm guessing that my favorite anime character, and his name is already it's from so I said Soul Eater. Wow. It is from Soul Eater though. Let me tell you, my favorite top character, you ever seen Soul Eater?
Nah,
I haven't. I started like the first episode, but yeah.
Okay, so there's this sword, and fuck, what's his name? Is King Arthur's sword, Excelsior. So the spirit of Excelsior comes out, but he's so freaking annoying.
Oh,
so
Excalibur, yeah.
Yeah, every time someone's talking, like fool, like he'll just put them up like fool. That was my favorite character for a long time. I don't know why. That was him, but Tsunade is one of my favorite characters.
You like Tsunade?
I like Tsunade because I resonate a lot with her character. Physically, we look alike. Not physically, I mean physically from the shoulders down. You know, I mean a lot of her and her freakishly manly strength. Like when I'm angry, my strength is off the chain. Jiraiya is a favorite character of mine as well.
Goat. You goated.
Yes, goat. 100%. Who else? It's too many. You got me fucked.
What about you, Tori? Who's your favorite?
Yeah, man. So I have a favorite in the animes that I watch. I can't have like an all-time favorite. You know? Yeah, man.
I got me a top three. These top three holds dear to my heart. Everyone knows number one is Killua from Hunter x Hunter. I love Killua. He's such a boss. Number two is Asta from Black Clover. I just love his work ethic.
I was like, oh, he's too easy. I'm like, no, he's not. Like, he's a goat. He worked his ass off.
And then my third one has to be Meliodas from Seven Deadly Sins, man. That man is a genius, too. I like that. So I got right there.
What about Tori's top three?
Top three. Man. I'd say, okay, so it is hard because there's so many good ones and you don't want to leave any of them out. Minato, that's number one from Naruto.
Yeah.
That's just, he's just number one. Recently, Rengoku from Demon Slayer just got put into my top three.
It's the fire one, right?
Yeah, the fire one, yeah.
Right? Oh shit! Spoiler alert!
Yeah, his back, everything about his back, all of it, just good. It's just, man, Demon Slayer has my heart right now, man.
Yeah, me too. It's so good. Jesus
and then,
Christ, so good.
Third, whew, man, it's like you don't want to leave anybody out, man. Third. Ooh, we're gonna have to go with for my third. I think I'm gonna have to go with Guy Sensei, man. I think I have to go with Guy because Guy is just like how are you gonna go through all of like this whole Naruto verse, the whole world, and not be able to do any jutsu and still beating people up? How can you? Like.
Jutsu is Lee that can't do jutsus, but he just chooses not to because he likes taijutsu better. He's just better at those than ninjutsu.
Really, Guy? Is it just Lee that can't do ninjutsu?
He just bust somebody's ass doing some crazy shit, and I was just like, yo.
Yeah, because when he fought Madara, he was like, yo. You're the strongest taijutsu user I ever met. He's like, I declare you the strongest.
He prefers taijutsu, which I feel like makes him the GOAT because nobody focuses on that. So it's like he focused on everybody else's weaknesses. That's what his strength is everybody else's weaknesses.
He's he definitely's got to be in there.
But to me, the GOAT is because he does all these fights without ever taking the damn weights of his ankles.
Yeah, facts. Guy never took his weights off. Guy never took his weights off. I just realized that. Yo, imagine.
I'm like, take the weights off. Take the weights off.
Imagine if Guy took his weights off.
He would be a problem.
Oh my goodness.
We definitely gonna do. We definitely gonna do one podcast episode with anime characters. We're probably gonna have like 10. We're probably gonna have like 10 guests here just arguing about anime characters. So look out for that one.
Because people feel passionate about their anime characters.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna do one. But Natalie, we're gonna wrap it up here. Guys, this is Natalie. Her Instagram handle is Khaleesi.
Yeah,
She's gonna have a page up for her tarot reading called Empress Rising. If you guys want any more information about tarot card readings, or if you feel like you ain't get enough from this, or you want to read it, hit her up. But like she says, the reading has to call to her for her to give you a reading.
Yeah,
so,
be respectful.
Right. Natalie, thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you a lot. Thank you.
I look forward to that. All right, Natalie, thank you for coming. You have any closing comments?
I just want to thank you guys so much for giving me the time of day on your platform to talk about, tarot and what I do.
Yeah, of course.
It makes me feel nice. Yeah, thank you.
I appreciate that, Natalie. Natalie, we're going to move you up to the page because Tori and I was going to talk a little bit and then exit it out. All right? Thank you for coming. Appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Enjoy your day. All right, guys, there you go. Our guest, Natalie. I hope you guys really enjoyed this podcast. This was a very interesting one for Tori and I. We enjoyed it. We loved it. We was looking forward to it.
Yeah, it was fun for sure. It was fun, man.
So, guys, remember, subscribe to our YouTube page, view it, share the shit out of it. Check out our IG.
Links will be in the description. Yeah.
Yep, links will be in the description. If you guys have anything you guys want to talk about or want us to talk about in a future topic, shoot us an email at ArabianPapiPodcast@gmail.com. That's also another link you can find. Shoot us,
or even leave a comment in the YouTube video if you don't want to send the email. Just send them out, man. We'll most likely get to the topic and see if we can get a guest on or just talk with us on here.
Yeah, facts. Appreciate you guys listening. Just remember, if you guys are anywhere near New York and you're looking for a spot to get a massage, visit Facebook Spa. I'm telling you guys are not going to regret it. I'm not bullshitting you.
Not at all.
My mom's been there. My girl's been there. A bunch of people I know has been there personally, and it's an amazing, amazing spot, okay? If you're out there in the Florida area, you're looking for some photography, photography, don't forget to hit him up. He do all different types of photography. And if you're looking for any acting gig or a model or something or someone to read a script of, hit my man Toeray up here. He's with that,
I would do it.
Pay attention to something's coming big. Society of Gamers, something's coming big real soon. So if you're into gaming, pay attention with that with our Captain Wolf and the rest of the society of us gaming. Look for that. We stream a whole bunch of games. So if you guys into that, definitely subscribe on Twitch and follow us. And that's pretty much it. You got anything else?
Sure. No, man, I'm good, man. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for listening. Love y'all.
We did an after hours last week, which was dope. So we're gonna do one again today. So we're gonna actually play the outro. But for the people that's watching on Twitch, remember, guys, we're always live on Twitch when we podcast.
For sure.
Stay tuned, stay by, and talk to us on Twitch, and we'll answer anything. Or we're just talking bullshit for a little bit more here. So
for sure.
So people watching, just stand by, and for everyone else, peace out.
Peace.